With her signature red lips and sharp black bob, Chantal Thomass is a true fashion icon. With several decades in the business under her belt, today the designer's decided to put 650 pieces from her archive up for auction.
There were two things. Firstly, what are my kids going to do with all this when I'm no longer here? And also, I wanted to show that I've done a lot of work in fashion in my time. Because the reality is I'm best known for lingerie. I made fashion for years, around 3 decades. I've created some beautiful things I'm really proud of. And I wanted people to see that.
In the early 70s, when she was 19 years old and revolution was in the air, Chantal Thomass set up her first business, named Terre et Bontine. At the same time, France's Haute Couture Association was embracing the times, opening itself up to young, new talent, a group known as the Young Designers.
Back then, you were a real gang of friends with Jean-Charles de Castelbajac too.
This new generation had a real desire, I think, to dress differently. There were definitely a few years when brown was very in. So all the girls were wearing brown. And our generation, Thierry Mugler, Claude Montana, Sonia Rykiel, we wanted something else. So we created clothes that we thought were younger, more contemporary, different. We were really looking to be different.
In the 70s, 80s and 90s, fashion shows regularly lasted up to 45 minutes, around 3 times longer than today. Fashion was exciting, experimental and daring, with photographers jostling for position to get the best shot. It was also the era of the supermodel. Think Claudia Schiffer, Karen Mulder, Christy Turlington, Adriana Caremba, Eva Herzegovina, Naomi Campbell, and Carla Bruni.
Oh, it was a real party, a constant party. We spent nights and nights preparing those shows, working till 4 in the morning. And of course, we were a bunch of young designers. We all knew each other. We all went to see each other's shows. There was no rivalry, because we each had our own style. Sonia had her own style. I also hung out with Claude Montana, Thierry Mugler. We were mates. We went out together in the evening. We went clubbing. We were all really close.
So let's talk about your style.
Yes.
How would you describe your style?
Well, it's that combination of masculine and feminine. So I used fabric for men's suits, and I've always loved masculine tailoring. But alongside that, I incorporated tails, completely lined with ruffles. Voila! And it was all done in a men's fabric.
And how did you end up doing lingerie?
The lingerie came after. The reality is that my generation didn't like wearing bras because we thought they were mumsy. And then I thought that it was a shame that there wasn't anything pretty available, that there wasn't any fashionable lingerie. So I found a producer in Lyon and I made him make corsets in lovely fabrics. Not the traditional fabrics used for underwear. At that point, there was no lycra, so lingerie was much less comfortable. So I did a lot of research. I looked at jersey fabrics, mesh, in an attempt to make things that looked wonderful, things that were fashionable, things people really wanted to wear, bras that would be a pleasure to wear. I was from a generation that didn't like wearing bras because in the end, they were ugly. Well, I think that's why it took off so quickly. Fashionable lingerie, beautiful and original underwear. It became successful quickly.
But in 1999, Chantal Thomass found herself at the center of a scandal. After using real models in the windows of Galeries Lafayette in Paris, she was met with the fury of feminist groups, who accused her of making money from the commodification of women's bodies.
What are you most interested in these days?
Well, right now I'm spending lots of time getting my archives in order, because I've got time now. I'd kept all these clothes. Well, at least 3/4 of them. Lots and lots of clothes. So I've been sorting everything out, working out the year, finding the films of the shows that go with them. It's a lot of work, and I've been spending a lot of time on that. But I've also got my family. I've got grandkids, I travel a lot. I have some projects abroad too. I work on capsule collections sometimes, which is great.
Among the items already snapped up, this extraordinary marabou and ostrich feather coat worn by Isabelle Adjani when she won her César for Best Actress in 1984. Also this feathered short-sleeved ensemble and this racy bolero come corset. Soon, all that will remain are the memories.